I need to be closer.
Yeah, let's see. We're moving, y'all. We want them to be able to see what I'm doing.
Right.
So, yeah, that's fine. Can you guys hear us okay? I mean, we have our mics on, so should be able to. I would hope. Yay! There we go.
There we go.
See, that makes it nice because I'm short, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Poor Rusty. He would be. Well, you're gonna have to be in the camera, so.
Well, I'll scoot over here in just a second. I'm trying to get.
Okay.
I don't even have YouTube up on my phone yet.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, then let me get up here. Elaine Buchka's in the house.
I gotta try to find our live.
Poor Rusty. He's been go this morning. So he's kind of the person that I don't even know that my mic is on. Is my mic on? Am I blue? Am I blue?
You're blue.
Okay. Loud and clear. Good
survey.
deal. James Hall is here. Ruby, let's see. Here. Ruby McGilvris in the house. You're fine right there. I moved it this way. Good morning, you guys.
See where we're at here. Elaine Campbell, Kim Campbell. Elaine says, slow but always happy to have another day. How are you, Trish?
Aw.
Ruby says, loud and clear. James Hall's in the house. Johnston Hills is in the house. She says, good morning. Kim Campbell says, howdy. Evelyn Newman is in the house. Good morning, Rachel and Rusty. Maria Martinez is in the house. Treasure Hunter Neal is in the house. Sandy Wilkerson is in the house. Everybody's saying good morning. Barbara Glendhill is in the house. Trish says, I'm great. The sun is shining, a bit chilly, but otherwise it's great.
Oh, man, the sun is shining. And that's the big thing right there. As long as that sun is shining, I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. It's when it's cloudy and dreary for days. You guys, Rusty already mowed the yard for the first time this season. I'm like, I am so ready. I almost went live from the greenhouse because I am so incredibly excited of what's going on out there. So many babies just popping up everywhere. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and cook. But it was kind of a struggle this morning to decide what I was going to cook because I haven't been to the grocery store. If you know me, like know me, I hate to grocery shop. And I'm terrible about going 2 or 3 months without going to the grocery store. And then I go in there and I have to get like massive amounts. And then I complain because I hate to grocery shop because I always have to get a bunch. But if I would just go on the regular, it wouldn't be so bad. So I do it to myself, you guys. Do it to myself.
James Hall says he's having breakfast burritos this morning.
Nice, James. That's awesome. We are having Hobo Breakfast. So Hobo Breakfast, you guys have heard of Hobo Lunch where you just throw a whole bunch of stuff together and that's what it is, kind of like stone soup, right? So Hobo Breakfast is, I got in my refrigerator. Let's see, I have a little piece of onion. I've got some green onions that I harvested from the greenhouse the other day. Well, actually, Desi harvested those. I have an Anaheim chili that I had roasted and started to peel, and then I just decided not to put it in whatever I was making at the last minute. I think it's because I was having trouble peeling it. I don't know, but it's still good. I just need to finish peeling it. I grabbed a couple of peppers. I have a can of beans. Yes, beans in breakfast, but they're pinto beans, and I wanted ranch style beans, so we're going to amend that so that we can have ranch style beans. And I have some potatoes that you guys, my friend Megan found potatoes on sale, and I was like, pick me up a bunch. And she picked me up 3 10-pound bags. And I've had these potatoes, look at this. I've had them for a while. So, yeah, I think, Rusty, what did you say you're going to do with some of these?
I'm going to save some of those eyes. We're going to plant them.
See what happens.
Yeah, I know that you can plant those. We saw a video the other day that she said the hack was to get organic potatoes was the only ones that would grow, and I don't believe that. I believe that you can grab any potato and make that grow, so that's what I'm going to do.
And the reason they say that is because a lot of times, unless they're organic, you have no idea if they have been sprayed with anything, and a lot of your vegetables and vegetables that you get from the grocery store have been sprayed with something to make them, to preserve them longer, right? So it's something to
preserve them or ripen them faster.
Well, they go through like a gas thing to ripen them, but they also then they coat them with like a wax that's actually illegal in the UK. I think it's only legal in the United States because of what they use on it. But it's coated to preserve.
Coated.
And but they're also sprayed with stuff to keep like potatoes and stuff to from sprouting. So then that way they have a longer shelf life. But you know, eventually they sprout. So it's going to be a good experiment to see if it works or not.
Belen Rodriguez is in the house. Beth Cornett is in the house. Says, hey peeps. Troy Sutton is in the house.
Hi, Troy.
Frog says, good morning all from Mom and I.
There's my sister. There's Sandy and my mama. Hey, you guys, Mama is in the chat.
Emma Nanny's in the house. She says, good morning, Robertson's Bellyacres. Did I make it on time? Yes, you did. Welcome to Bellyacres Kitchen, Emma. James Hall says, I'm above ground and sucking air, so it's a good day.
It's a good day.
Absolutely. Hovita says, I completely understand, Rachel. Same here. I go to HEB like every 3 weeks.
It's awful. And then I will kind of I call it Gray's shopping. And that's so expensive. So Gray's like, okay, I want to make this tonight, or man, I didn't get anything out. So I have to stop at the grocery store and pick up 1 or 2 or 3 items. And then by the time you walk out of there, it's $60 for, you know, so Gray's shopping is just it can be bad.
Yes. Trish says, I only go grocery shopping when the dog food starts looking good.
I used to say, hey, babe, we're getting to look like the outhouse again. We don't go somewhere, we're going to end up with saltine crackers and ketchup again. So,
Megan Cloak is in the house.
Hi, Megan.
Says Tori and Megan say good morning. Won't be able to stay.
Tori.
We're at Special Olympics for her meet.
Oh, good luck,
Tori.
Tori. Oh, that's so awesome. Tori has worked so hard for Special Olympics. And Megan, I was just talking about the taters that you bought me. I'm finally going to use up the last of them, I think.
Yes.
So
Neil says we don't have HEBs. We have Max, Brookshires, and Big Stars. We've been to a Brookshires. We got gas at Brookshires and at Pinecone Fest.
Okay.
That's where all the meat came from that we cooked.
Yep.
For tacos that day.
That was that store, was it that store that had the avocados? Or was that at Walmart? Oh, yeah. Man. Those big, massive avocados was awesome.
Yes.
Okay, I better get to cooking.
Jovita says, good morning, Mama and Sandy, waving from down the street.
I'll catch up on what I'm doing whenever Rusty gets caught up.
Good morning, Frog and Mama. Ruby McGilver is in the house. Lots of stuff is legal here that they add to our food that should not be. Exactly.
So that's kind of the push there, right? To grow your own and to, I don't know what's in your food. So, so it's sacrilege. I am a Mexican-American girl that has pinto beans in a can.
Mexican-American. We
have son-in-laws named Jeff. So, no, his name is Rusty.
No, his name is Josh.
We have son-in-laws named Josh. Okay, a son-in-law, not son-in-laws.
Mexican-American.
Mexican. See, we make up a duo, Mexican-American. Okay. I do try to keep like beans on hand, but you guys, Michelle over at Johnston Hills has taught me how to pressure can. So I'm so excited about getting that started. So, and I'm going to make my own wrench style beans toucan. So toucan, isn't that a bird?
Toucan.
So
T. McD is in the house. Says during the Irish famine, they ate the potatoes and planted the skins. I'm sure it didn't matter what kind of potatoes they were.
That makes sense.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to have a big old chunk of potato. I just want the eye and see how much of we have to make it grow.
Well, it makes sense because you cut the potato to pieces where the eye is. Mm-hmm. That's good history. I like that. Thank you.
So Kath Walden is in the house. She says, enjoying my morning coffee. Hi, y'all, from Alberta, Canada.
Hi. Welcome to
Neil says he's having saltines and ketchup.
You having some saltines and ketchup? That's okay. Put a little bit of potted meat on there, and then you got gourmet.
Earlier this week, an 18-wheeler full of veggies turned over, and I got some free bell peppers, cucumbers, and eggplant.
Oh, my gosh. Manna from heaven, right? That is so awesome.
She says Mexican Americans eat pinto beans from a can and make them into ranch style beans on a Saturday morning.
Mexican Americans, because we improvise a lot. Okay, so I'm not even telling y'all what I'm doing. Garlic powder.
Heather Hopper's.
We're doing the trifecta, of course. Ground cumin, chili powder, and then onion powder. And it's about a half a teaspoon-ish per. Oh, and then you don't want to add salt to that because you're going to add tomato bouillon. I have, let me grab a spoon. This is my first time in this kitchen, guys. I have no idea where anything. No, I'm playing.
Cass says, I rarely ever shop the middle aisles of a grocery store. Always stick to the outside aisles.
It's very true. And you want to know something? I used to know I wouldn't shop around for deals, and the reason is I knew one particular grocery store, which I had managed that grocery store for a while when I was young, and so I knew every single aisle and I knew everything that was on each aisle. So I would put my shopping list per aisle, and we would go in, and we were in and out within like 20 minutes because I knew exactly. It was like supermarket sweep. Y'all remember that game show? I would just go in, grab my little cart, had my little kids with me, like, hold on to the cart, let's go, and just pop, 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 pop. I hate to go to the store. I hate it.
Elaine says, Jovita, as long as no one was hurt, good for you. Absolutely.
Yes, that is awesome.
Jovita says, it's true, James. Us watered down Mexicans are just inventing stuff, when we don't have anything to go with.
Yes. So pinto beans, I put all of that stuff in there. It already smells like ranch style beans. And look at the color, which once I start cooking it, it's really going to come together.
James says Vienna sausages.
Vienna sausages are the bomb, James.
Instead of the potted meat, put Vienna's on them crackers.
Yes. Or if you do potted meat, though, you've got like pate, right?
Ew.
You can go a cracker with a little bit. Oh, you could cut the little Vienna sausages in little rings. And, they sell those, too. Like the little rings now. And then you could put that on there. And then you could top that with like a little bit of onion and jalapenos just right there. That'd be so good. Only not ketchup. Let's do mustard. Mustard?
Billy.
Let's not be Philly. I love mustard. Sorry. Hot mustard.
That'll be all right then.
Hot mustard.
Ruby McGilver's in the house. She says Jared mentioned that in this morning on his video about the 18-wheeler losing all those vegetables.
Oh, wow. That is so
K62 cool. Is in the house.
Okay, let's get some stuff ready. I was going to leave the peels on these, just cut the eyes off, but man, I'm looking at these and they are pretty wrinkly. They're pretty soft, but they're not out for the count yet, right? So waste not, want not. We're going to peel those off of there, and then I'll hurry up and peel this while Rusty's reading.
James Hall says, I wish I could as a truck driver, kind of difficult. Yeah.
Could what? Oh, sorry, I missed it.
No, talking about the different sausage and potted meat.
Oh, the pate and the potted meat.
Yeah.
My brother, Jimmy, he's done that with sardines before. And Rusty's like, oh, I don't like sardines. And then Jimmy was like, oh, well, here. And he took the sardines, he put them in a skillet, fried them up real quick, then put them on a cracker with jalapenos and onions, and I think he put hot mustard or some sort of mustard. And he was like, here, taste this, and it was like, oh my God, it was so good. It's so
really
weird.
Good. Didn't taste like sardine at all. Thank God. Hobie says, yes, I was hoping he would go grab stuff for the goats, talking about Jared. Kath Walden says, the problem is most grocery stores now shift all the aisles because they're trying to make you impulse buy.
Yes.
I stick the vegetables and meat on occasion when I can't find a local farmer.
Yes.
Whistle Stop Homestead is in the house.
Hey, welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
You guys.
James says, one channel I follow does the bourbon barbecue Viennas.
Bourbon barbecue.
That's different.
So they alter them to, they add stuff to them? I'm intrigued.
So they make barbecue Viennas.
Yeah.
So which are pretty good.
Yeah.
Trish says, Jovita, I'm not Mexican American, but we do that because we are poor.
Yeah,
My granny taught us to make do or do without.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Absolutely. I have been listening to a lot of memoir type books right now, and honestly, we joke about it, but you know, Mexican American and things, but race doesn't really play, you know, into it. I've just recently, like day before yesterday, finished listening to Coal Miner's Daughter. I had never heard or read Loretta's book, and that was her first book. She actually wrote 3 before she died, but that was the first book, and I was listening to it on Audible, and just the correlation, right? Like the things that she talks about when she was a kid and being poor and things, you know, you just made do, right? And so, and I don't remember a whole lot of it, a whole lot of the hard times, right? Because I was little, but I do know that, yeah, you learn how to make do. And so, and then you grow up knowing how to make do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hopefully you raise your kids to make do. Even if you haven't.
Yes. James says, outside aisles of the grocery store only are difficult for me. I bet, being a truck driver, that would be hard to not having the quick stuff.
Yes.
Vicky Copat says, is in the house, says good morning from Louisville, Kentucky. Beverly is in the house, says good morning, everyone.
Welcome.
Ruby says, Jovita, I never missed Jared's videos. He used to live up here a few miles from me.
Oh.
James says, no, they can't. They come in the can that way.
Bourbon?
Gonna have to go check that out.
Barbecue. Sounds amazing.
Mr. and Mrs. Walter Job Jr. is in the house. Leonard Mountain Homestead is in the house.
Hi, Amy.
Jovita says, poverty and hardship doesn't discriminate against anyone.
That's true.
Amen.
That is very true. So, I also listened to Reba's memoir, and she didn't grow up poor, but she talks about a lot of the same time stuff.
Wealth either. They lived in that little bitty house in Daddyville.
They did. They did. They were in the rodeo circuit. So if you have ever been in the rodeo circuit or know anyone who's been, you know, that's a feast or famine kind of place. And, you know, there's a whole lot of famine before there's feast.
Yes.
Are you wanting to keep these skins and try that? Or are you just wanting some of those?
Just the skins is fine.
I mean, you can take some of those. I've got to get rid of them. But do you want it? I'm just saying for an experiment. Listen, my science side is coming out now. Right. I'm like, let's plant some skins. And then, you know.
We've already planted the potato parts.
We did. We planted.
Well, but we didn't from the store. You know.
No, that was seed potatoes.
We can do like 3 or 4 of these with skins and then 3 or 4 pieces with the potato attached.
The potato.
Amy says, Rachel, the science kid.
And I hated science and history in high school, and now I'm like,
now she does more science projects than
let's try this.
All the middle schoolers put together.
Let's do this one.
James says, no, ma'am, it doesn't. You are correct. Jovita says, thank you, Ruby. He really appreciates it. I have noticed the house build has been very hard on him physically. Yes. Rachel's science kid Trish Keen says, I grew up listening to stories of the Great Depression. My mom grew up in the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. We are very grateful for what we do have.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, that's true.
James says, cut a little bit of the eye and potato. Yes, that's what we're gonna try that, James. We're gonna try just a little bit of the potato.
The pop potato. We're going to.
Mr. and Mrs. Walter Job Jr. says, sorry I came in late. Cheesy country potatoes.
Huh?
Mr. Job says, sorry I came in late. Cheesy country potatoes.
Cheesy country potatoes. Hobo breakfast. That's what we're doing today. Hobo breakfast. So it's like, what all do we got in here? What's going on? What do we have in the refrigerator? besides saltine. Well, I guess we don't have saltines in the refrigerator. And if you want to find my ketchup, apparently you look in the freezer. But, that's...
hey. Once in a while, you just got to think outside the box.
You got to do what you got to do.
Or get in the box to find stuff.
Yes. Okay.
The ice box.
The ice box. You run the sweeper, right?
Yep. That's what I grew up calling it. The refrigerator is the ice box. The vacuum cleaner is the sweeper.
Okay, if you're wondering what this sad little thing is, I had roasted a pepper, and then I put it in the little bag to sweat, because you have to have them sweat so then that way you can peel it. And then I was making supper. Listen, time changed. I do not come in to start making supper till 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we're outside until the sun is gone. We work outside. And that's another thing. That's how we grew up, right? You grow up, you get things done. So we were, I was like, okay, listen, I don't have time to peel this sad little thing. I've got to get supper on the table, because poor Desi, her bedtime is usually 8 p.m.
And that's not because we make her go to bed.
No, it's just who she is. She's like, I'm not, I'm going to bed. And so,
Allie was the same way.
Yes. It's those teenage girls, But she would, so I'm like, poor kid, she's sitting here eating supper like.
And we're like, okay, we're getting done with supper. Let's go get some editing done. Let's go do this. Let's do that.
Yes. But at the same time, Desi is 17 years old. And I tell her all the time, hey, listen, baby, if you're hungry, go in and make yourself a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's like, no, because I don't know what you're cooking.
Amy says this time change is horrible.
Is it wreaking havoc on your... Man, it wreaks havoc on the mornings. My mornings. Whew. Okay, we're just gonna... I can't peel those, so I'm just gonna cut those out. The thing about Anaheim peppers is if you don't get the skin off, when you're eating, it just it rolls up, and it's just this really tough little skin. I need to get a fillet knife for my peppers, right?
Yeah. Helvich says, Amy, I lost my sense of timing with all this daylight. I love the daylight. I wish that they would just pass the law, quit changing the time back and forth, keep it daylight later in the day.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy.
Either which. I think this is actually the altered time, right? Am I correct?
This is the altered time, but they did that so the farmers had more time to work.
Well, the farmers
in the day
just needed
to get up earlier in the morning.
Oh. Well, I mean...
Because they were changing back when they started this, what I was reading the other day is the farmers were having to change their entire life because they were having to get up and have breakfast at 5 a.m. because it was daylight at 5:30.
Yeah.
So that they could get their day in. Well, then,
right.
By the time it's dark.
We normally have breakfast about 7... Right, 7:15.
Yeah.
Because Desi catches the bus at 6:30, which we have to drive her to the bus stop, and then she catches the bus, and then we come home and I cook breakfast, and then we eat, and then we get our day started. Which normally Rusty heads to work at 7:30, so it's like just get it all done, before he heads to work. But that's changed.
Yes, that's changed. I no longer go to work outside the farm.
What did I do with my...
Trish says, good morning, Winter Mountain. Hope you're feeling better. Hope says, Amy, I lost a sense of timing. Miss Job says, are you feeling better, Rusty? I am feeling so much better. Thank you for asking, Miss Job.
I know I had one of these out. Oh, it's in the beans.
It's over there.
It's okay, guys. I swear, I'm all right.
Amy says, I'm feeling a bit better on day 3 of the meds Doc gave me. That's awesome, Amy. I pray that you continue to feel better.
Yes, definitely.
Amy says, thanks for asking, Trish. Trish says, move over, Rusty. I'm on my way. I'm ready to wrestle you today.
He gonna wrestle.
I'm ready to wrestle.
That's what Desi calls it.
We're gonna wrestle.
We're gonna wrestle.
Miss Job says, glad you're feeling better. Yes, ma'am. Amy says, I'm doing a little bit better, Jovita.
I'm not even telling y'all what I'm doing. I'm just doing.
Jovita says, I want the OG time.
The OG.
Johnson Hill says, time change has been rough this week, plus everything else.
Yes.
A lot of naps. I bet, Michelle. And don't forget, we're supposed to be coming over there today.
Come hang out.
We'll come hang out with you.
With you.
James says, up at 5 a.m., done by 5 p.m. because it's already dark. Right. I agree. Hobita says, I have breakfast on my days off around 11-ish.
Well, if Rusty says, I'll just grab something in town, it's 2 or 3 before I eat. I'm like, okay. And then I'm out the door, and I just know with his diabetes, I have to make sure he's eating so that his insulin doesn't, his blood sugar doesn't tank. And so I,
Miss
make
Job
sure.
says, Rachel, I lose utensils like that all the time.
I'm telling you, holy Hannah, it is the craziest thing. I'm like, what do I do with that? What?
Trish says, now, Rusty, you know if I wasn't picking on you, you'd think I didn't love you anymore. That's right.
I don't love you no more, no more.
No more, no more. Miss Job says, you're choosing peppers, Rachel. Chopping peppers.
I am chopping peppers. That's what I'm doing, you guys.
Elaine says, my dad always said it was for city people to go camping, etc. He was a farmer. He called the regular way the best, called it God's time. Always left his pocket watch set to that way, said the animals. Yeah, so did the animals.
That's right. And that's the thing. I mean, the animals don't understand why we're an hour later now. They're like, hey, they let us know too.
Yeah. Elaine says the animals didn't know time change. They were still hungry.
That's right.
Amy says, so what is Rachel making? I missed it.
I am making hobo breakfast. So, I got up this morning. I'm like, I don't know what I'm making. So I got in the refrigerator and I found all kinds of little odds and ends because, we don't throw a whole lot away, right? So we're like that poor little pepper the other day that I didn't get peeled. I just put it in a bag and I thought I'll use that later, which I am. I had a little partial piece of a onion. I got these wilted little potatoes that I've had for probably 2 months. And yeah.
No worries, Elaine. That makes perfect sense to me.
What?
She said, and the animals didn't know the time change. They still were hungry. She had it in two different lines.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Jokes is chopping, not choosing. Laugh out loud. Stupid autocorrect.
All right, so here you go. Look at this. I'm trying not to move you guys around as much, but I've got onions and potatoes in here in butter, and I am cooking those, and they smell absolutely amazing.
Amy, you better bring somebody with you to help you push me because I'm fighting for this one again today. She says, okay, that's it. I'm on my way.
Come on, you're not even too far, Amy.
We're all going to push Rusty out of the way.
Poor Rusty.
Have you seen how much of Rusty you got to push out of the
way? Move over, Rusty.
You get me down, all you got to do is roll me. But
whatever. Shut your face, sir.
James says the nice thing about done by 5 p.m., it's just in time for supper. Amen. Just in time for supper. James Hall says, laugh out loud, Amy. I got breakfast burrito stuff still. Yeah. He's not worried about coming up here. He's got breakfast burritos.
He got some breakfast burritos.
And Amy, you guys are probably, 2 hours from us? So,
yeah.
I mean, how far are you from the Kansas state line? If you go straight up 169 or 66 or 60 or whatever highway that is, it'd be 60 that goes from Pryor down through Wagner.
Yeah. I don't know. Look.
All right, Neil, tell me.
Our little FFA girl in there was selling blue and gold. I got some blue and gold bacon. I already used all of my blue and gold sausage.
Amy says, just name the time and day, and Chris and I will head over.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, I'm going to add this into my potatoes. I'm going to have yeah, you can come on. I'm going to have babies tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I got my little babies coming tomorrow. 2 of my little babies. You guys, can you guys believe our daughter, Allie, is going to have her baby in less than a month, her new baby. So she has 2 little girls. She's fixing to have a little boy. And then Sierra, our son's girlfriend, sent me a video last night, and Kingston is crawling. He's been crawling for a long time, but
he refuses to crawl on the floor.
He doesn't like to crawl on the floor, so he crawls on the bed. What did I do with my little towel? There it is.
James says, with Cholula.
Ooh, Cholula.
Breakfast burritos with Cholula.
Yeah, that's
Amy
good.
says, we will help with projects y'all need help with.
Oh, heck yeah.
Did you hear me? I told her tomorrow at 10.
I'm going to have babies tomorrow. I can't do projects.
I didn't tell her AM or PM.
Oh, like, I'm going to have babies tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to do projects.
Tomorrow never comes.
Actually, I probably could. I could put Lakin in my backpack that Michelle gave me. And I mean, a backpack carrier, guys. Come on, I'm not shoving her in a backpack.
Shove her in a backpack. Zip it up. Get in there, shut up. We're going to work.
Lakin would say, ah! She's mean. She's tiny. She's a tiny little thing. She's mean. Yeah.
Amy says, sounds great. I will send you an email with my info. Marissa +1 is due in May.
In May?
So another grandbaby soon for us.
Yay!
That's awesome.
That's so exciting. Grandbabies are the best, let me tell you. We have almost 5. Maverick will make number 5 for us. Yes, so pretty awesome.
Jovita says, I love Cholula. It reminds me of the Texas Rangers baseball game. The announcer would say, this game has been sponsored by Cholula.
Cholula. Isn't that funny how those
with
things
its iconic wooden cap.
Excuse
Bless you, Amy. I'm in bed by 10 p.m. sometimes.
I don't think I've been in bed by 10 for
10 years.
Probably, at least. You know how people are like, we'll just wait till the parents, you know, when you have teenagers, we'll wait till the parents go to bed and then we can sneak out or we can sneak back in or whatever. Our poor older 3 were hard pressed, man. We have always been night owls. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Here's Rusty and me in the kitchen cooking something or, you know, dancing or hanging out. Or
everyone said, bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we have always been night owls. And it's getting to the point where we're staying up late and getting up. I mean, we've always gotten up early to go to work. We just don't require a whole lot of sleep. Yeah. Now, I require more sleep now than I did just a couple years ago.
Me too.
But that being said, not working off the farm, that is already changing.
Yeah, because you get tired, right? Like, I've been tilling up the herb garden when I get home, like, with a sharpshooter, and I forgot all of these mussels. I mean, now I'm like, holy Hannah. I'm like, whoo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it feels good though.
James says, wouldn't know about the baseball game, but yes, love the wooden cap. Carol, the rambling peach, says, I have 8 grandkids.
8 grandbabies. That's so fun.
Elaine Buchka says, Allie sounds like my youngest son's wife. My daughter-in-law, their 4th for them, was just born less than 6 weeks ago.
Aww.
That's awesome.
Well, Allie says she's done. What did I do with this? Allie's saying, yeah, I'm out. I'm done.
Mrs. Job said, bless you.
Thank you.
Trish says, I'm up at 3 a.m., so dead by 8 p.m.
Ooh, yeah, that would make a difference. 3 a.m.
Michelle says, Hazen wouldn't crawl on the hardwood floor until I got a rug. Then he would crawl all over it.
I think that's really the issue there is he's like, I'm not crawling on that, man. Kingston, he's so cute. He was doing fine until she said, she was recording, she said, Kingston, and he turned around and then he's like, oh, I don't want to be on this floor. He's just crying like, no. It was so funny. I laughed
James
so
says,
hard.
I've been up until midnight and up by 6 a.m. Yes. We were up right after Rachel and I first got together. We went on our first family vacation. We went over to some friend's house to pick up a few things at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That was not smart.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, we poured ourselves into our beds.
Yeah, after we had, I don't know, we went and had Chinese food.
We had Chinese food. Like I said, we poured ourselves into bed, if that tells you anything. And then at 6 o'clock, we were up, packing the truck, and we drove to South Dakota from the panhandle of Oklahoma. So, I mean, it was like 2 or 3 hours worth of sleep, and we were rocking and rolling. We had the kids in the truck, and we was on the road. On the road.
On the road again.
Hobita says, Trish, I'm up by 5:45 a.m. I go to bed at 9 p.m.
All right, guys, I'm getting this good fry on this.
Stop says, I have 10 grandchildren.
10 grandchildren. That is awesome. Well, we have 2 kids, knock on wood, that still have not started having children yet. And one is 17 and still has 2 years of high school, so that's a good thing. The other one is 23, and it's probably still a good thing.
He says, he'll tell you, I don't want kids. I got life to live.
That's right.
He asked, it was the last time he was here, the time before. He said, Dad, he said, is 32 too old to have kids? I said, no. I said, why? So I just didn't know. I said, son, I was 28 when you were born. Oh. Okay. I'll wait then. Good plan. If you're questioning that, that's a good idea to wait.
Yes. Greasy breakfast is great for a hangover. We are not hungover. So I'm going to drain it just a little bit because it does have a lot of...
Trish says, so they say, James. Okay. James says, early to bed, early to rise, makes one healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I like that.
Trish says, so they say, James, I'm healthy and hopefully wise, but I'm definitely not wealthy. You are wealthy, and that's what we have really preached to our children.
All right, I've added all the peppers.
All the love that we got makes us the wealthiest people in the world.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Hobo breakfast.
Evelyn says, no grandbabies. My son doesn't want to raise a child in today's world.
I understand that too.
Yes.
Get it. 100%. I get it.
Michelle says 40 and 42 wasn't too old.
So, yeah.
Trish says, you're absolutely right.
Michelle has a 4-year-old. I think it's better sometimes that way, though, Michelle, because we're different people than we were in our 20s. Like, I started having babies at 20, and I'm a different person now at 45. Like, you know, there's a lot more patience. Of course, I don't know. I just, Desi would probably argue with you. She'd be like, she ain't patient at all.
She has no idea.
No, I'm like, you have it so easy, girlfriend.
Trish says, you're absolutely right, Rusty, about wealthy. Ruby says, I have 3 grandkids, all women, and 8 great-grandkids. My oldest great-granddaughter will be 18 her next birthday. That is awesome.
Aw. Wow. They grow up so fast. Like, my youngest son, our youngest son, which, mind you, he was the baby of the family till a year ago. So, almost a year and a half. But, speaking of, you guys, on April 14th is our gotcha day with Desi. We adopted her a year ago already.
A year ago, April 14th.
Isn't that crazy? Ridiculous? We were just talking about that the other day. We're like, she's like, oh my gosh. It's so crazy. But yes, he was the baby of the family. And he just turned 21. I'm like, just the other day, I'm like, how? How does that even happen? It goes so fast. So incredibly fast.
Yes. James says, that's what most people don't take as wealthy, Rusty. Absolutely. He says, I'm 57.
Oops.
My kids are in their 30s. Michelle says, there is a lot more patience and understanding than at 27 and 31.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen to that. Like, whew.
Oh, my goodness. Amy says, my birthday is April 16th.
Oh, wow.
So almost
Amy.
on my birthday for Gotcha Day for y'all.
Yes. And we have we'll have 3 grandbabies that have birthdays in April because we have 2 grandbabies that are 2 days apart, you guys. So Kingston and Lakin are only 2 days apart. April 4th and April 6th. Same age, like they'll be 1 this year. And then Maverick, oh, I missed a piece, will be here April 12th. So, yeah, April's a pretty busy busy
Evelyn
month.
says, wow, time has definitely flown.
Yes, it's crazy. And you know what's so funny? It's like she's always been here.
Yeah. Katie at Texas is in the house. Good morning, everyone. Elaine says, sure doesn't seem like a year already.
I know, you guys. It's crazy.
The Rambling Peach, Carol says, my birthday is today. Well, happy birthday, Carol.
Happy birthday, Carol.
She says, do you celebrate Gotcha Day?
Yes.
Yes, we will. That is a very, very important day to us and to Desi. And we will treat it basically like a birthday.
All right, you guys ready to see this this ranch? What was it? Ranch style beans.
Ranch style beans. Look at that. Look at that.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Everybody saying happy birthday to Carol.
Yes, Carol, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it smells like ranch style beans. Do you smell that?
Happy birthday, dear Carol.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah.
Maria Martinez is in the house. I have 8 kids and no grandkids. The oldest is 29, 27, 26 and a half, or 26 and a quarter, 25, 17, 15, 14, and boys are 6 and 2. Boys are 6 and 2 girls. Wow.
Wow. That is awesome. Ooh, I left my maters in there just a little bit too long.
You left your maters on too long? I'm going to leave you here. I got to go check on that dog. I can hear him barking right there.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, ow, ow. It's hot. I can't read, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just tell me what you're doing, baby. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. I'm making some chile molido. So, to go on top of our hobo breakfast, right? So, molcajete. See, I lose Rusty and I go, ah! Let's see. Let's see. Going to grab this. Just trying to get all the pieces of skin off of there. There we go. That's good. That's good. That works. Everything's cooking good together. While I make this is going to make a mess. Ready? I thought it was going to squish out at me. Sometimes it does.
Stupid dog.
Stupid dog.
Stupid dog.
All right.
All right, what did I miss?
I don't know.
Oh, happy birthday, Rambling Beach.
Yes, that's so awesome.
Faye Love is in the house. Says good morning from Ohio.
Good morning.
K62 says that's my husband's birthday. That's my husband's birthday is April 6th.
Nice.
Carol says, oh, thanks, guys. James says, happy birthday, Carol. May God bless you with every blessing he would like you to have.
That's
absolutely.
Right.
Trish says, I have 4 grandkids, 13, 18, 19, and 21.
Wow.
Neil says, hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Marie says, I have twins. They are 25 years old, and I have 8 kids. Wow. 8 kids and 1 set of twins. Jovita says, how did you make ranch-style beans from pinto beans?
So I added garlic, cumin, chili powder, onion powder, and tomato bouillon.
Tomat.
And then I just cooked it on the stove until it got there.
Tomat.
Tomat.
Tomate. Linda says, Linda Lehman is in the house. Is morning from Cali Central Coast.
Good morning.
Cali Central Coast.
Cali Central.
That's a long ways from here, but we've been there.
We've been there. We can, or I can honestly say that now.
Mm-hmm.
That was our big vacation last year.
Katie, Texas says 2 sons, 4 grandsons, 2 great-grandsons. Can't get any girls. Oh, nice catch. That right there was mama reflexes.
That hungry woman wasn't coming over. My mom always used to say, if you drop a spoon, it means there's a hungry woman coming over.
Back to Good is in the house. Good morning, everyone.
All right, guys, look at this. This is Hobo Breakfast. It's whatever you got in the refrigerator and in the pantry. You throw it all together. And then we add some cheese. Let's add some cheese to that. Got some shredded, I think this is Fiesta blend, right? Yeah, Fiesta blend cheese.
Everybody's telling Rachel from Back to Good, good morning.
Good morning. Back to Good.
Kim Campbell says, hit the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. We have 71 in here this morning with 44 thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I should put this in the oven, but I'm just going to stick it right back over here and stick a lid. Put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it, Rachel.
Put a lid on it.
Rachel's telling everybody good morning back.
Put a lid on it. Okay. Let's throw this in here. I just added garlic powder and onion powder to my chile molido here. Instead of actually putting, you know, the stuff in it. Look at that. Oop.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, see. Let's see. Kind of salty.
Kind of salty.
It's because I had to put so much salt to. I use salt to help grind, right? So it's actually really good.
It's a little salty, but once you put it on the potatoes and everything,
oh, it's actually really good.
Go.
Yeah. That's got
just
some
the right amount of heat. Just enough heat right there on the back of the tongue.
We both say. Until you get a jalapeno seed to the back of your throat.
They're really good.
Are you keeping these?
Yeah, I'll keep this one and this one. This one.
These are going to my compost, y'all.
Compost?
I got compost and then the.
Let's go to the pigs.
Was it too bad because I already put in my compost?
Too bad. You got compost in the other bucket.
No, I don't. Oh, I did. Dang it.
Yeah, buddy.
I grabbed the wrong bucket. What I need to do is get a different color bucket. You know.
See, then what would happen then?
I'll just go out and spray paint it. This one's compost.
Evelyn Newman says, Rachel, I'm getting my shopping list ready for April. I have a mom and pop shop where I can buy Hatch chili powder in Ziploc bags. Would you like some?
Yes.
That would be
That
awesome.
is awesome. Absolutely. Hatch chilies. You guys, we were heading to California and stopped at a Walmart in Texas. Where were we at? Was it New Mexico? from the border of New Mexico. Where were we?
Amarillo.
Was it Amarillo?
Amarillo by morning.
And they had big boxes of hatch chilies for $20.
For $20.
Whole cases.
We looked and we come back, they were gone.
But we couldn't take them with us to California.
Yeah. If we'd have hit the California state line with those, they'd have run us down.
Which they were just passing people through.
Well, but we didn't have any produce either.
Well, they wouldn't have known. It was in the Mountaineer.
Would have had to have it on the roof with all the Desi stuff.
It was just Desi stuff.
Yes. Your mom didn't have nothing to do with the 47 suitcases in the back. And me with my little bitty bag.
Oh, yeah. Your little bitty teeny tiny bag.
I had to drive with my suitcase under my legs.
You're such a liar.
Okay.
Go back to your room. Children of the corn.
That's not funny.
That's how to lure her out of her room. Starts talking
Rita
smack.
says cheese makes everything better.
That's right.
Maria Martinez says, I'm going to make flautas con repollo y crema for lunch and having pescada for dinner.
Listen to Rusty's Spanish there. So you're making re-chicken?
Re-chicken?
Repollo. Hey,
you know
you
what
guys.
repollo is?
Chicken.
No. Pollo is chicken.
Repollo
Repollo.
is cabbage.
Repollo, yeah.
Say it again.
Not repollo.
Repollo.
Repollo, yes.
Gonna re-chicken it.
We just say re-chicken. Okay, so that sounds amazing.
Yes, Rita says that. Maria, that sounds delicious.
These are from the garden, or from the greenhouse. So the green onions, and those are from the Egyptian walking onions that we have that Cindy gave me from Pathways Homestead, and we've had those for a few years, y'all.
Evelyn says, green or red, medium, mild or hot, or all of the above.
Probably just red.
I'm just saying, whatever you get.
Yeah, whatever happens.
We will take any gift.
Whatever happens. She's like, I can tell you how to gift.
Neil says Armadillo, Texas. Absolutely.
Armadillos. So look here. Ooh,
We
look at
still
that cheese.
just a couple more weeks, and I should have my freeze dryer in.
I know. I'm so excited, Michelle. That is so awesome. So Michelle has ordered a freeze dryer, and we're gonna. I'm already inviting myself. We're gonna have some fun, Michelle. we're gonna do some things. It's gonna be great.
Evelyn says, "Okay, gotcha."
Whatevs. This is ready. Oh, did I even show this? I didn't show it. That's okay. You guys see it. You see it? Oh, that's what I get. See, I suffer from a condition called instant karma. If I'm ornery, I get it back right away. Ready? Salut. Sorry, I didn't salute you. Salut. Not falling to pieces. That's so good.
Yeah.
No, it passed through here. Oh my goodness. It's the bomb. It's good. Where are we at? What?
Michelle says, we are.
I know. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. 53 minutes. We did good. We did good today, you guys.
Rachel says, now you see it. Now you don't.
Now you don't, right? So, this is everything breakfast. Everything but the kitchen sink. Hobo breakfast.
And what I like about this is it's what you have in the fridge, and if you don't have eggs, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I didn't even put eggs in it.
No, there's no eggs in it because...
Actually, I forgot the eggs.
Well,
but it should have eggs.
I'm thinking Hobo breakfast, they ain't going out and getting fresh eggs. Hobos took whatever they could get the hands on.
Pretty much. And it's got a lot of protein, dairy. It's the bomb. Yeah, I would have originally, normally put eggs in it, but I was just talking. So...
Hey, we're having fun.
Guess what we're going to do? We're going to make some over easy eggs and just stick it right on top.
Jovita says
like
cabbage.
nests.
Oh.
Should do that.
Yeah. Desi,
Desi just want food.
If we say food, we're speaking Desi's language.
Neil says, we had one storm come through. Mostly it poured down rain.
We didn't have any hail, so that was good. We just had a little bit of drizzle. But
Miss Jope says those are loaded potatoes. Yummy. There you go.
Bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. That's what it is.
Rachel says, I missed most of it. Well,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
with the time change now, I'm 2 hours behind instead of 1, so only 8:24 here.
Isn't that crazy? That makes sense.
Des.
Stinking time change. Desi walked out the door. She said, I'm out. See y'all.
Deuces. James says, I'm with Des.
Yeah, we say food, and she's like, "Oop, you're speaking my language."
She has gotten to where on the weekends, she waits till she smells food. She can hear us talking about it all we want to talk about it. But until she smells it in her room, she ain't coming out.
Don't make me do something. Smart kid.
Smart kid. She knows us already. Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well, I'm going to make some over easy eggs to throw on top of these taters.
On top of taters.
That's so funny. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's what we're missing.
I wasn't even thinking about putting it. I was just like, what I liked about it was no egg.
Well, when you put the beans in it, that kind of puts that protein, the beans and the bacon and eggs. They all have protein. So
Neil says, we didn't get hail, but heavy rain, heavy thunder/rain. Yeah, see, that was us, 2 nights ago? A couple nights ago, they were talking about tornadoes and hail and everything in Oklahoma. Wait.
That was on Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, Thursday night, kept getting alerts on my phone. Moderate to heavy rain starting in 20 minutes. Heavy rain starting in 5 minutes. Y'all, it didn't even rain enough to settle the dust.
Yeah.
But we had thunder and lightning off to the east and the south of us. I'm sure Michelle got a lot of it, but it stayed away from us again.
Michelle lives better than us.
I guess.
She's 30 minutes from us, not miles, but 30 minutes. And she always gets she'll be like, we'll be snapping each other, and she's showing me like pouring rain, and I'm like, it's crickets out here.
Trey Neal says 100% of the people want the time left alone. Yes. Hobe says we got a thunderstorm early this morning.
Really? That's good.
Deborah Warren is in the house.
Hi, Deborah.
Says good morning from Mississippi.
From Mississippi.
Mississippi. Rachel says we were supposed to get rain, but none ever came. Mrs. Jobe says California peeps voted and passed no time change, but government didn't follow through. I figure follow the money trail.
Yeah, that's.
And what I was reading about that is even though these states are voting to stop the time change, they can't until the federal government allows it.
So how come some of the government,
because they never did it in the beginning.
Oh, so they're grandfathered.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Michelle says we got hailed on.
Mm-hmm. You did say that. Y'all got a little bit of hail. So.
That keeps you from burning up.
Little bit of precip anyway.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Hit the flow.
You took my plate.
What?
You want to shut up?
I never love to shut up.
We know.
Anybody want to?
Rachel said Arizona doesn't change, so it makes it kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miss Joseph, she's getting your eggs.
Yeah. Here's hold tight. She's getting your eggs. That's right.
Faye says lots of tornadoes, wind, rain, and hail here. Isn't that just crazy? David, come on, Homesteading's last name is Warren. Yes, it is. Old David, my brother from another mother.
That's right.
We are getting ready to go see them here in a couple weeks. We'll hang out in Arkansas. Go check out 41.36. It's been over a year since we've been there.
It's been almost 2 years since we've been over there.
4th of July will be 2 years. Isn't that crazy?
It just goes so fast.
It's crazy to me because we went from being there about every couple months to
Life got busy.
Life got busy. Now I want to go to Mississippi for Freedom Fest. I want to go way down there. Go see how they do it in Mississippi.
Go see how they do it down there.
Mrs. Job says, enjoy the trip to Arkansas. Yes, we love going to Arkansas. We're just really close with everybody over there. And even though we might not get to go to their house or they come to us, we're texting them all the time and on videos. So we all stay in great contact. James says, going to 10 Killer. Yes, we are going to 10 Killer to meet up. Haven't decided yet if we're going to camp. Probably just go down for the day on Saturday.
I think we're just going to go for the day. Yeah, it's just the way things have hit this year with all the new everything happening right here in the end of March and April. Trying to get away is crazy.
We got to try to get away and get back so we can take care of the animals in the gardens.
Well, and we have new babies and
the grandbabies.
Grandbabies. Here you go, Des. Do you want salsa?
Yes, please.
This salsa?
Is it hot?
I don't think so.
Desi.
Yes.
Do you want it on top or just on the side?
On top, please.
Whoop.
Is it hot?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, you guys. I am going to go ahead and close it up here because we got breakfast. Oh, do you have more
Miss Job
questions?
says, didn't hear, but what happened to last Monday's live?
Oh, my goodness. We were waiting to be called out on that.
Yeah, and we forgot.
10 o'clock at night. It's just time change and just being busy because we were busy. Well, Rusty had to go back to work that night. We had, parent-teacher conferences that night.
Yes, and then I had to go back to work, and we had our meeting on Monday night instead of Tuesday night.
It
just
was, and we never even, it was like, we've got this and this and this and this we have to do. And I think it was like 10:30 that night. And I said, babe, we didn't go live today. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, it's Monday. So that's what happened Monday. Because normally we will say, hey, we're not going to be live. And we just spaced it off. We had so many things going that day. So, yeah, we'll make up for it.
I understand. James says, huevos rancheros.
Yes, huevos rancheros with the salsa.
Rachel says, laugh out loud. Oopsie.
Man, we have not done that when we tried to go on Tuesdays.
So we tried to change our live nights to Tuesdays, and we had a hard time.
It was a few years ago, wasn't it? A couple of years ago. Was it?
Yeah,
No.
because Desi was already with us, and we kept missing it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that Desi was already.
Mm-hmm. Weren't you with us when we got the quail?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we kept
in
missing
that
it.
time frame. But yeah, we kept missing it, so we decided to go back to Mondays, and then it's been hitting every week, and we're doing great. And then all of a sudden, last week, we're like,
like I said, so many things going. So many things going. But
yeah. Miss Job says, totally understand. Michelle says, conferences.
it was the conferences that screwed us up, Michelle. It was crazy.
Miss Job says, we're just concerned for everyone. Yes. Neil says, time to eat.
Yes.
Trish says, we will forgive you this time. James says, life happens. Yes.
It just got crazy. It got crazy
Neil
Monday.
says, we were there looking for you Monday.
I'm so sorry, Neil.
Sandy says, love you guys. Have a great, blessed day, all.
Yes.
Amy says, so question. Rachel, what is the easiest way to cut up potatoes in oil?
What is the easiest way to what?
Cut up potatoes in oil.
Cut up potatoes in oil. Just cook it. So I usually get your oil and
just a little bit of oil.
Well, and I like to cook in butter a lot. Like this is oil here, but I like to cook in butter. So, I'm trying to think about this question. So I like peeled potatoes, but I also like potatoes with skin on. So if you want more of a crunch, leave the skins on. Just wash it real good, obviously. And then chop it up and...
Rachel back to good says, Amy, I don't know either because mine always turn into mashed. Haha.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Amy says, so they don't stick.
Okay, yeah. So the main thing is you don't want to overload your
Oil.
pan with potatoes. So you want them to, if you start piling them on, obviously, like when it starts to cook, the steam is going to rise and you're going to end up with mashed potatoes or mushy potatoes. But less is more. So put less potatoes in your pan as you're cooking. And even if you're cooking for a big group, you may have to cook it in batches. And so less is more there. And then turn up your heat a little bit. I mean, obviously, if they're frying on the outside and they're still hard on the inside, you want to turn your heat down. But you're going to cook it at that high medium. And like I said, less is more. So like you saw, I put 3 medium-sized potatoes in this skillet. So they're all pretty much, they're not stacked on top of each other as much. And so they're not real mushy. They're just, here, let's see.
Michelle says, I like to spray cut up potatoes and bake or roast them in the oven.
Yes, or you can air fry them too.
Yes.
But see, the potatoes are
Cindy Brown is in the house.
They're not like all mashed together. You can actually see the individual cuts. And so less is more there. So don't pile them on top of each other when you're frying them.
Right.
If you can get them pretty much single layer, it doesn't have to be single layer, but less. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And Amy says, okay, thank you. Rachel says, I think I put too many taters in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and that's very common.
So because then that steam is going to rise up in the middle while they're cooking on the bottom, and then it just steams your potatoes. So then you just have some really nice fluffy steamed potatoes, but not what you're looking for.
And Mrs. Job says, don't stir them till the bottom has a bit of crust or color change. Then flip them.
That's true too. And especially when you're cooking frozen hash browns, especially those shredded frozen hash browns, you want to make sure that bottom, you're going to be thinking it's burnt, but you want to make sure you have that good solid crust on the bottom before you flip them, because otherwise you're just going to have a big mushy mess.
Yes, and Sandy Cratville is in the house.
Hi.
She says, if you want crispy potatoes, don't salt until after cooking, because salt causes them to steam more.
Yes, so anytime, like, so if you have, let's say tomatoes, and you chop them up and you put salt on them. Sometimes we like to eat just sliced tomatoes fresh from the garden, and you salt them. You notice that they get really watery really fast. So that salt is extracting all the water from that fruit. It's the same with the with the potatoes. If you're going to put salt on them, it is going to start to extract all that water. So then you're having a steam effect as well. So yes, if you're making French fries or fried potatoes that you're not going to mix into stuff, fry them, take them out, and then hit them with your seasoned salt or something like that, because plus it gives them, it's more of a seasoning, right? It gives them more of that, you get more of the salt flavor that way. Yeah.
Mrs. Job says, that's my favorite part is the crunchy ones.
Yes, me too. I love crunchy potatoes. And I do, sometimes I leave the skin on them just so then I can get that little bit extra. But Rusty's not real big on crunchy potatoes. So
no. Well, Amy says, I like to eat mine in tortillas. Laugh out loud.
Me
Imagine
too.
that.
I like to eat mine in tortillas too. And I should have made some tortillas this morning, but I was like,
Cindy
I've
Brown
got a ton of bread over there that I gotta get
you
sliced.
want that socarat, crusty, crispy layer to build up?
Yes, you do. You want that crusty. Yeah, you want it to be crusty. Make your potatoes crusty.
Make them crusty and crunchy.
Crusty and crunchy, yeah. What restaurant is that they like dredge their potatoes?
Oh, no.
Is it Arby's?
Oh, no.
I think Arby's dredges their potatoes, like their curly fries, in like a flour mixture or something. That's how you get that
Probably. That
really
sounds right.
big crunch. Yeah.
Joel Durbin is in the house. Says drizzle with oil before they go in the pan.
Yes, you can do that too. I cook it in the oil. So, but yes, if you're going to roast them too, just throw them on a sheet pan, like a jelly roll pan or cookie sheet, and then drizzle them and throw them in the oven. And yeah, add some
My favorite way to
squash
eat them is cooked.
Yeah, me too. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Everybody's eggs are going to get cold. So
Rachel says, I like to use bacon grease, but I think I'm just putting too many taters in and stir them too much. And
yes, that's probably
quite possible.
Yeah, probably it. So, and I like to use bacon grease also like this. I threw bacon in with it. So, but I told Rusty I have all right, see, this is bacon grease. So I do like to cook with bacon grease as well and butter. I microwave the potatoes until cooked. What did they say?
Then put them in the air fryer to crisp them up.
Yeah, there you go. So I only have a small air fryer, so I don't use it that much.
Right.
So I think if I had a bigger one.
Chocolate is the name of the crusty, crispy part of the paella potato.
Rachel put an eggplant recipe on the community page. Eggplants. I have never cooked eggplant. We grew some. Well, we tried to grow some once.
Got that big?
Yeah. But we can do something, right? I bet my Aaron Sanchez cookbook, I bet he has something.
I bet he does too. Amy says, have a wonderful day, Rachel and Rusty. Sanchez. I sent an email.
All right, sounds good. All right, you guys, love y'all. Thank you for being here. We will see y'all hopefully Monday night and then next week as well.
Bye.
Bye.